The simplest method to achieve immortality is to go to Billingsgate Fish Market, which you can do from either Fuming Forest, you can use unseen paper to skip the Bandersnatch fight, or fall down the sewer with Chester's Ring equipped. Then defeat the boss of the area, Bell-Collar's Bellman. Continue north to Beach of Grief. Then interact with a strange splashy water tile just left to the campfire. You will be teleported to Oyster's Rotted Sea. If you keep going, you will find a giant squid, and above it, an underwater temple. Inside you will find a statue that starts a mini boss battle. If you defeat it, you will be rewarded with the sorcery Requiem. Requiem gives you a buff, which straight up just prevents you from dying for 4 whole turns. That's a lie actually. Buffs run out when it reaches 1 in this game, so 4 here actually means 3 turns, which is once again a lie. The buff duration ticks as soon as your turn is over. Once it's passed down to the enemy, it decreases. So even though it looks like you still have 1 more turn of Requiem, once it's the enemy's time to attack, it will have run out. So the real duration of Requiem is only 2 turns. The only downside of Requiem is its low uptime. It has an 8 turn cooldown. While it's still great to counter high damage charge attacks, that 8 turn cooldown makes it not very consistent. That's where Rabbit's Pocket Watch chime in. This item allows you to decrease the cooldown of all your skills by 5, and it doesn't take up your turn to do so. So you can just spam it down every single turn and have 100% uptime every single turn. Getting Rabbit's Pocket Watch is extremely simple. You just need to level up Note's Covenant to level 1 and she will start selling it for only 5,000 souls each. Just keep in mind that you don't have to waste 2 watches every turn. Since Requiem lasts for 2 turns, only use the watch every 2 turns. Which by then, the cooldown would be at 5. So you only need to use a single watch per Requiem. Since Requiem is locked behind a boss battle, you might want to achieve immortality before you even need to fight one. This method utilizes a bug, a legal exploit you can do by outsmarting the game's code. If you go to Ripon Grand Cathedral, which you can access before fighting a single boss, if you go through the alternate path in Rabbit's Hole, you can find the Lizard Bill. If you max out this Covenant and have gay sex with him, he will prompt out that the Serpent God is interested. When you re-enter the area, you will find the Serpent God sitting on the altar. Choosing the Receive Blood option will give yourself the Serpent God's blood. This item is basically Requiem, except it's instant, meaning it doesn't advance your turn, just like most items. The only downside, however, is that you're only allowed 1 blood at a time. If you have one already, the Serpent God will refuse to share more of his blood to you. But this only applies if you have it in your inventory. If you talk to the polar bear in Library Dream, you have the option to open your storage, where you can store items you don't need to free up spaces. And what do you know? Storing the blood inside means you no longer have one in your inventory, so you can ask for more, even though you technically already have one. You can keep repeating this process until you have 99 Serpent God's blood in your storage. Then you can just take out all of it and have 99 ready for battles. Every fight will become trivial at this point. This last one is just an honorable mention, not a real strategy. It is late game only and a luxury at that. If you're too lazy to get a lot of Serpent God's blood, this is a good alternative. Starfruit is basically Serpent God's blood, but it also deals 90% damage to yourself and is not instant. So it's just Requiem 2.0. You can get Starfruit from Chaos Dungeon or by farming Star Pass, located in Crimean Nursing Graveyard with only a 10% drop rate. It's not really worth your time, but if you happen to get some from Chaos Dungeon, feel free to use it. It's not any different from just spamming Requiem with Rabbit's Pocket Watch. But hey, that's one less button to press. The only advantage of a Requiem that I could think of is that it's usable against Leiden, where all skills are disabled. While Immortality sounds like the most broken cheese in the game, it isn't without a flaw. Requiem is a buff, meaning it can be dispelled. bosses like Slave Empress Tibicat, Kuti, and God's Oddfish have a dispel attack. So the next time you see your boss disappear, just crank up those evasion because dispel can indeed miss. Not all types of dispel are made equal however, so don't rely too much on said information. And that's the end of the video. If you like these types of videos, consider liking and subscribing. If I missed something or said something untrue, feel free to tell me in the comment section. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.